to Shorter Topics. I'm Chris Shorter, your county executive. Thank you for joining us again. And whether you are joining us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, we appreciate you taking the time. Look forward today to this amazing conversation we're about to have with Seth Hendler-Voss. Seth is our Director of Parks and Recreation and is doing absolutely phenomenal work here in Prince William County. The intent, as you know, for those who are joining us for the second time, is really to meet inspiring leaders who are doing amazing work around the county, and Seth is certainly one of those. So I'm looking forward to this conversation and certainly learning a lot about our Parks and Recreation system.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm honored. Second guest.
Absolutely. I started out last conversation with an origin story. I'm going to ask you to kind of do the same. Tell us a bit about yourself and how'd you choose public service?
Yeah, so I studied landscape architecture at Penn State, and that opened my eyes to how you can help steward the natural environment and create, basically develop place and engage in placemaking. And,
Sure.
Then I started working for an organization called the Appalachia Service Project in Central Appalachia, doing home repair for impoverished communities.
Okay.
And that's where I really fell in love with public service.
Okay.
So I was stationed out in these very rural areas, and that's when I decided I wanted to spend my career trying to find a way to apply my skills in landscape architecture and public placemaking to improving communities. And that's when I realized the benefits of local government for folks like me who wanted to use my skills for the public good. Plus, I was able to have a lot of design freedom there in a multidisciplinary firm.
Sure.
It takes years and years until you're in a position where you're senior enough to where you're making design decisions. But at the age of 25, I was the principal landscape architect for the entire city of Atlanta.
Then what for you?
So then I moved to Asheville, North Carolina to serve as their principal landscape architect.
Okay.
And I was doing that for about 9 years. I was looking to become a parks director. And in that search process, I was hired as a town manager.
Nice.
So I did that for a few years.
Sure.
And then came here.
Very, very cool journey you've had.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've been very fortunate.
I guess let's talk a bit about our Parks and Recreation system here. I'll say that I've always seen Parks and Recreation, and this is really from my own personal experience, as more than just, a fun place to go and have activities. It's for every age group, whether you're a senior, you're a teenager, you're, adult who's looking for yoga classes, whatever it might be, even infants. There is a place for you in our Parks and Recreation department in terms of programs. I think about that, and I think the larger point of health and wellness and connectivity. And so I wonder if you could just talk a bit about kind of the importance of Parks and Recreation, and then a little preview on what we do here in Prince William County in terms of our park system.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, a very strong parks department will offer those range of services, and we're fortunate in Prince William County to be able to do those things. Not every agency can do that, and that really ties directly to the community will and will of the elected leaders to prioritize parks and recreation, which in my mind it's very much a preventative service. And back at the time when I was starting my career, Parks and Recreation was seen as more of a value-added service. I don't know whether that was your experience coming up in local government. And recently, communities now are starting to see the profession as more holistic and transformative.
Yes.
Because it's more than just, as I say, more than just playgrounds and ball fields. It's, like you mentioned, it's promoting physical health, and mental and spiritual well-being. It's It's improving our economies through employment, through placemaking that attracts corporations and business expansions. It's safe and secure communities.
Absolutely.
It's the environment, of course. So what I've tried to do here in Prince William County is tell that story to our residents, so we can help build as much support as possible for continued investment in our system, which under your leadership and previous county exec, we've been able to achieve. I mean, we're engaged in unprecedented reinvestment in our park system, existing facilities that have been at the heart of some of these neighborhoods and districts in our county for generations.
And you certainly
That's important to people.
see it in just the number of folks that come out and the love you get on social media and on the website. I mean, people really love our parks. And,
30,000 Facebook followers. Yeah.
and
that's more than some small cities.
That's
For
right.
the entire city Facebook page. So we're really proud about
we are pretty well known for our trail system. I mean, there's really a federal, like a national presence here in terms of what we have in Prince William County. I don't know if you want to talk
the
about it.
Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail. Say that 3 times fast. It is a national trail, and it extends from Allegheny Highlands down to the Chesapeake Bay. There's about 20 miles of it that extend through Prince William County on the eastern end of the county. It's supposed to follow along the Potomac River, but it's a braided trail, we say. So some sections are right on the river or very close to the river. Some sections are pretty well off the edge of the river. And it's going to connect with other trail systems, like it's going to connect to the Prince William Forest Park, for instance. But yeah, because it's a national trail, it does provide some good exposure for and credibility, to the county. We've been able to partner with the feds and VDOT for funding for some of these trail sections. It opens us up to federal grants. We just got a FLAP grant to explore how we're going to connect a trail into the town of Occoquan, from Belmont Bay.
It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's one of the benefits of sort of Prince William County, in that you have waterfront communities, you have urban, you have rural, you have suburban, you have mountains.
Oh yeah, mountains. Mountains to the bay, basically.
That's right.
To the river. Yeah.
So we have the full breadth, sort of experiences here that you could have in our system.
Yeah.
Spring is here.
That's right.
Summer is coming.
That's right.
Talk to us about what's happening in Prince William County parks.
Yeah, spring and summer in Prince William County seem to come around the same time. You have like a week of spring, right? And all of a sudden it's in the mid-80s.
People are in shorts and their T-shirts, and they're out and about and connecting. Yes.
We got a lot planned this spring. The best source for all of our events and activities is our website, and that's pwcparks.org. So what I'd recommend to kick off the spring for family outing ideas, check out our bluebells, which is a native Virginia perennial that blossom blue.
Very
beautiful,
cool.
Beautiful blankets of them around certain parts of the county. You can head out to Dove's Landing Natural Resource Park, where we have bluebells along the trail system there. So check out the bluebells.
Cool.
We also have some family movie nights coming up, which are free.
Okay. All right.
We have we're kicking off some historic walking tours, which will include Occoquan and Town of Dumfries, or Historic Preservation
Very
Division.
Cool. Very cool. Dumfries as well. I love that.
Haymarket as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So for history buffs, we have that.
So we have 4 towns in Prince William County. We talked about Occoquan, Dumfries, Haymarket, and the town of Quantico.
Yeah, I think the only town in the country surrounded completely by federal property, right?
That is right. That's right.
Right here in
That's
Prince
right.
William County.
Yeah. And it's great that you are so engaged with them in terms of providing collaboration, support, programs, knowing that they do some of that on their own.
They do. They have a recreation program there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Quantico.
Yeah, recreation department. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah,
Very
they have
good.
a golf course there as well. And actually, we collaborated with the base through the Warrior course project, which you visited with me a couple years ago. We got a defense.
I remember
we got a
that.
defense community grant in partnership with the Marine Corps base to construct that warrior course there, because a lot of the families at Quantico will come over to Locust Shade Park, and hopefully we can continue those partnerships. And most of those towns rely on us for their residents' parks and recreation outlets. Although they have their own programming, and some of them have their own parks as well. Absolutely. I think they all have their own parks as well. But that collaboration is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, big thing happening during the summer, obviously, is swimming.
Yes, we opened up 2 water parks.
Yes, and I understand that we have hired all of our lifeguards.
Just about. We need a few for Splashdown Water Park out on the west. We have a wonderful marketing team. We've really leaned into social media to try to reach our young people. We've changed some of our strategies in terms of how we hire. You can now come in and apply, be interviewed, test, and get onboarded within an hour if you want to be a lifeguard.
Well,
we make it really easy.
That absolutely
we do everything but coming
makes
to
a
your
difference.
house, me driving out to your house to pick you up.
Would you do that too?
I would do it. if necessary, I would. That's how committed I am, Chris. So yeah, kudos to the marketing team as well.
That's
We've
great.
really embraced the sort of the new trends in that realm space.
So parks, trails, pools,
golf.
Golf.
Our golf courses are wonderful. As I said in the State of the Park, our golf course ratings on Google are just as high, if not higher, than some of the other public and private courses in the area. So we're doing something right.
That is,
We've got a great management company out there, Indigo Golf.
Okay.
Really stepped up.
Yes.
And so you anyone listening, if you're interested in golf, even if you want to go out for the first time,
please take advantage of our amazing courses. Disc golf?
We have disc golf, right?
Yeah.
We have disc golf at Forest Greens Golf Course. We have 2 18-hole golf courses, and we have a 9-hole golf course.
Oh, and one other thing I know we should talk about. The sport that is taking America by storm, pickleball.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now, I know for sure that we have converted some courts, tennis courts to pickleball courts. Could you talk a bit about what we're doing around pickleball?
The pickleball craze is real in Prince William County, and the demand just keeps growing.
Yes,
and we've been very responsive to it.
Okay.
So we actually converted some old dilapidated tennis courts over at the Filazzo building off Cardinal Drive to 8 permanent pickleball courts.
I've seen those.
We did something similar at Vets Park as well. And then we most recently added some permanent courts over at Hellwig Park in the center part of the county. In addition to that, we've been systematically going through our smaller parks, and as we're making accessibility upgrades, we're doing some pickleball court conversion.
It is absolutely amazing how this has really taken us by storm.
Yeah.
And such an active community around pickleball. I think at the courts at Filazzo,
oh my gosh,
they have a community that actually manages the
Woodbridge
scheduling.
Pickleball Club. Yep. Woodbridge Pickleball Club. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, and it's a sport for all ages. You see everyone out there from young. I take my young son out there. I was taking him out there from the time he was probably 9-10 years old to play,
Sure.
and then seniors and everyone else in between. Yeah, sometimes it's you never know who you're gonna run into when you go out there. But that's exactly what the game has done. It's really become universal for a lot of people.
A lot to do in Prince William County over the spring and summer.
Yeah, a lot to do, more than you have time to do.
Okay, so now we have obviously a lot of neighbors here in Northern Virginia. Each one of the jurisdictions around us have parks and recreation systems, great systems. What makes ours so unique?
Well, in addition to the variety of park types and programs, it's probably our accreditation. We're 1% of all 10,000 agencies across the United States that are accredited, and that really demonstrates our commitment to excellence, to making sure that we provide, enriching and safe and well-run, programs and activities. So we're really, really proud of that.
Yeah,
We're actually coming up on a reaccreditation right now. We were accredited about 5 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, we all are. I mean, we talk a lot about the various departments in the county that have gotten accreditation, and the Parks and Recreation system is one of them, because it's so unique in the industry. We really do make sure that we are loud and proud about the fact that you all have earned that accreditation and continue to, continue to work towards earning it again.
Yeah, and it really challenges our staff to just stay on top of their game, to make sure that our policies are updated, to make sure that we have best practices, to make sure that we're being responsible and accountable. There are only about maybe 18 now in the Commonwealth.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know how many total agencies are in the Commonwealth, but we're certainly among the top for sure.
Anything else that you wanted to make sure you?
Yeah. So if you're listening and you're not very familiar with our park system and you want to learn more, go to the App Store and search Rec Mapper, Prince William County Rec Mapper, and download that app, and you can search for a park or a trail based on your location, and it'll give you all kinds of options. And it's just best way to sort of plan your
I love that.
Your next visit.
And we have an app for it.
We have an app for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So almost 500,000 residents here in Prince William County, and an amazing park system that is serving our community in phenomenal ways. So whether you are interested in golf, disc golf, swimming, our trails, hiking, you can do it here in Prince William County.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seth, I appreciate you joining.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely, this was fun.
Yeah.
And given the time of year, so in April, folks start really coming out. And like I said, I see this really as an opportunity to connect and to make sure that our communities are coming together. So the health, the wellness, the connection, we certainly appreciate. And so thanks again. And
thanks for your support.
Of course, you always have.
We're honored to do this work. It's really a privilege for us.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was a great conversation. Really appreciate it, Seth, and the discussion today. And so appreciate our parks and our recreation system here in Prince William County. We will see you next time on Shorter Topics, Bigger Impact. Thanks again.